King.
SITH. Stupidity I Totally Hated, about the Star Wars films I liked, loved even. As per transmission, there will only be one aspect of SITH that I discuss with you. All things considered, this is not a hate summit against Star Wars, although I hate everything. I love Star Wars. I have loved Star Wars for all the years that I have been alive that I can recall. Nonetheless, as you age, you sense something. Something stupid. We will therefore examine Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. One of the most glaring atrocities about this film is scathing. The test tube babying of Boba Fett. This was appalling. Unbelievably clumsy as it is stupid. Who was Boba Fett? For all intents and purposes, we understood that he was a bounty hunter, chasing Han Solo from Ord Mantell,
bounty hunter we ran into when Ord Mantell changed my mind,
all the way to Bespin in the Anoat system, to claim the bounty put on his head from Jabba the Hutt. He wore Mandalorian armor, he had weapons, gadgets, a rocket pack like the Rocketeer. He was clever, cunning, ruthless even. Hence, me stopping in front of him specifically, standing in a parade formation of some of the most dangerous bounty hunters in the galaxy, and telling him, no disintegrations, with my gloved finger leveled at him. He was easily one of the most popular characters prior to his appearance in The Empire Strikes Back, and thanks to the special edition releases of the original trilogy in the 90s, we see authentic footage of Boba Fett in Star Wars: A New Hope. As laughable as his seeming demise was in Return of the Jedi, he remained a man of mystery with no hint of his backstory. Enter Attack of the Clones. We see Zam Wessel speaking to a Mandalorian on Coruscant, explaining that she hit the Naboo cruiser as it touched down on the landing platform at the beginning of the movie. That same Mandalorian tells her that, "We'll have to try something more subtle this time, Sam. My client is getting impatient." He gives her the poisonous vermicular millipedes and then warns Zam, "There can be no mistakes this time." When she fails that Mandalorian for the last time, he executes her with a poisoned Kaminoan saber dart and flies off. Ruthless. We later learned on Kamino his name is Jango Fett. Jango Fett. From there it became apparent what George Lucas wanted to do. He was setting up Boba to be the son or some descendant of this ruthless Jango Fett. What was even more unbearable is the fact that Boba is a clone! Not even a real person born of a man and a woman. Then again, neither am I. Thanks, George. Like myself, Boba Fett is victimized by backstory. By critical analysis of something that didn't need exploration, any repair, any fixing. Talk about meet the parents. Not! For Boba and myself, we were in one draft of the script supposed to be brothers. I'm not sure if that would have been worse than Boba Fett being a test tube baby, but then he would have to be my half-brother, since we apparently wouldn't have been able to have the same father, since I apparently didn't have one. Sith. I think it would have worked better if Jango was killed off camera, not in any of the movies. And then when Boba Fett infiltrates the Republic in the Clone Wars, he could still have the same chip on his shoulders, seeking revenge for the beheading of his father at the hands, or should I say the saber, of one Mace Windu. This would still set Boba Fett on the path of becoming a ruthless bounty hunter. And it would have excluded the ludicrousness of his being a clone. And if Palpatine was so insistent on having Force-sensitive spies in his service, why not clone Cypher Diaz, or Count Dooku, or Darth Maul, or, here's an idea, himself? But instead he chooses Jango Fett, a bounty hunter, to create cannon fodder. Think about that. Mandalorian clones who can't fight and aren't equipped with Mandalorian weapons. The most dangerous bounty hunter is cloned and paid a hefty sum to make target practice for B-1 battle droids. Roger. This has been the latest installment of SITH, Stupidity I Totally Hated, about the Star Wars movies I liked and loved even. Stay tuned for more. There will be more. What they could have done is at least create a series about Boba Fett Oh, forget it.